So why don't you get onto your mat and figure out where you'd like to start this afternoon. So I recommend child's pose. You can always start seated. You can also lay on your back and be flat and just connect. Hey, Erica, I love you. Okay, so just give yourself these first few moments to be still and to be quiet. And then you'll patiently wait for me to say something else. Take a full breath in. Really fill up through the chest. Technically, breathing is silent. But when we practice yoga, it's perfectly fine to bring a little bit of audible sound to it. So fill up again. Breathe in deep through your nose. Pause. Let it all out. Slow, steady exhale that will match the length of your inhale, creating a rhythm within you. I love the rhythm of the breath. It's kind of like going to the shore and listening to the ocean waters as the waves lap up against the sand. So see if you can find your rhythm with your inhales and your exhales. Keep returning to that breath over and over, just like the ocean waves return to the shore over and over. Let that be a soothing feeling, helping you stay patient. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. And just like when I'm teaching, sometimes I end up having to move around a little bit, checking on things. I don't have you to check on, but I can see a lot of names popping up, so that makes me happy. So what I posted earlier says, patience and silence are powerful energies. Patience makes you mentally strong. Silence makes you emotionally strong. We're going to practice all that this afternoon. We're going to learn to breathe into the patience. We're going to learn to breathe into the silence. And it's not even learning, it's just redoing what you already know over and over until it becomes a habit. And then instead of reacting in ways that maybe you're not thrilled with sometimes, you'll be able to react with more patience and with more silence in order to meet whatever's in front of you. Take another full breath in and a slow, steady breath out. And I'll probably do a few things here and there with you just so I can keep my momentum going with you. So I'm going to encourage you to listen to what I'm saying and not necessarily watching what I'm doing. Obviously, if you need to look, feel free. Hopefully my cues will be nice and clear for you so you can just breathe with your eyes open or closed and move as your body needs to. From wherever you are right now, please turn yourselves around and come into child's pose. So if you were already there in child's pose, stay, big toes touching, knees spread nice and wide, let your hips sit back, and let your arms reach out long in front of you. And then as you are stretched out like that, come up to the fingertips. Stretching out your arms, feeling all the muscles hug onto the bones, and walk both hands over to the right, stretching out your left side ribs, drawing that left hip back. Take a full breath in, staying up on your fingertips, and a slow breath out. And then with your next breath, inhaling, walk your fingers and your arms back into the center. Pause and breathe. Take another full inhale, staying on your fingers, walk them over to the left, stretching out the right side of your body, drawing that right hip back, pausing and breathing. Take another full breath in, walking your hands right back into center. Ground your hands, flatten them onto the mat, and really push down behind the index knuckle and the thumb pad, sealing your hands onto the mat. And then from there, start to lift your hips, tuck your toes, and make your way right into down dog. We'll go right into that beautiful upside down V, thinking maybe it might be your first one today, maybe not. But pedal out your feet once you get to down dog. Your hands are shoulder width apart. Your feet are hip distance apart behind you. There might be a slight bend behind your knees depending on how your low back is speaking to you this afternoon. And you really breathe deep here as you ground into your hands and then energetically let your heels reach toward the earth. They probably won't touch the mat, and that's just fine. So take another full breath in and a full breath out, pausing and finding some stillness, some silence, and some patience as you stay in your down dog for another breath. From here, inhale up to your toes, lift high up, stacking the heels over the toes. On your exhale, glide forward into plank, stacking your shoulders right over your wrists. Feel the energy come up through your low belly and your hips, pausing and breathing. Take another breath in and then exhale your hips nice and high, downward facing dog. So we're just going to cycle through those down dogs to plank for 3 more times. So take a full breath in, lifting up to your toes, glide forward into plank. Instead of sagging through those hips, feel that lift come up through the thighs and the low belly. Breathe your way back into down dog. And again, inhaling high to your toes. Exhale, glide forward into plank. Pause and breathe, filling up, finding the strength, come up through your hands and arms into your shoulders. Take another breath and exhale your hips high, downward facing dog. From here, inhaling again, come up to your toes. Glide forward into plank and pause. Stay right here and breathe with me. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Start to hover your right toes off the mat. Take a full breath in, staying right where you are, and a full breath out. And then take those right toes and take them over to the side. Take a full breath in, bring the foot back, lower the toes. Inhale, lift the left foot up, hover the toes, pause and breathe. With breath, move the left foot over. Bring it back in, exhale the toes down. So do you get where we're going with that? Take a nice deep breath in, lift your hips up high, downward facing dog. All of a sudden, down dog might be like a really cool resting place for you because we're going to build a little heat here with these core movements into your plank. So inhale again, come up to your toes. Exhale, glide forward into plank and pause. With breath, lift the right toes off of the ground. With your next breath, swing them out to the right. Inhale, bring the toes back in line and place them down next to the left. Take a full breath in, no sagging through the low belly. Inhale the left toes up. Pause. Breathe the foot over to the left. Inhale, bring the foot back and place the toes down. Full breath in, exhale your hips high, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale again, up to the toes. Exhale, look forward. This time, walk your feet up right between your hands. You're going to come into a forward fold at the top of your mat. Take a full breath in, inhaling for a halfway lift and pause. Feel like there's a tennis ball between your shoulders. Really draw the shoulders back, but don't lift the arms. Leave the arms right in line with your hips, palms facing one another. Pull in through the low belly, letting the heart come forward, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to stand, get nice and tall, maybe look up, maybe stretch back, and then with your arms still raised high, take the right hand to the left wrist and glide over to the side, stretching out those side ribs again. Take a full breath in, come back to center, release the hands, switch the grip, big breath in, and then exhale toward the other side. Inhale, come back up, release the hands, forward fold, swan dive, or take your hands right down through center. Forward fold, the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk your feet back out to plank and pause. Stay right here. Take a full breath in as you lift those right toes, hovering the foot. Swing the foot out to the side on a breath. Bring it back in nice and slow. Exhale the toes down to meet the left. Take a full breath in, lift the left foot up behind you, hovering the toes. Keep that foot flexed, breathe it out to the side. Inhale it back in. Place the toes down, and then with a big breath in, this time we're going to lower yourself all the way down. So bend your elbows close to your side bodies. Take yourself flat down to the mat. With a big breath in, draw the shoulders back, opening up the heart for cobra. Exhale, release that. Tuck the toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. So you see we're switching it up just a little bit this afternoon. Instead of the traditional vinyasa flow where you go into plank and lower, we're going to do those little leg lifts, building up a little bit of core heat. Stephanie got me going this morning or this afternoon, so let's do a little bit of core work this afternoon. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale up to your toes. Exhale, look forward, walk, step, or jump your feet right up between your hands. Take a full breath in for that halfway lift. You're hinging at the hips, taking your heart forward, crown of the head goes forward, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand, arms go up. Right hand to left wrist, stretch toward the side. Take a full breath in, come back up to center, release the hands, switch the grip. Inhale, reach up, exhale, move to the side, stretch out those ribs. Inhale, come back up, release the hands, exhale, forward fold, hands come down to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, plant your hands, walk your feet back out to plank and pause. Keep coming back into that center line. Feel everything hug into the middle. Lift up through the low belly and the hips. And then start to hover the toes with a breath up. Toes are pointed down. Swing the leg over to the right. Take a full breath in. Bring the leg back. Place the toes down. Take a full breath in your plank and a full breath out. Inhale the left foot up. Hover the toes. With breath, move it to the side. Bring it back in line and place the left toes down. With your next breath, you can keep your knees up or you can lower them here. Bend your elbows close to your side bodies. Take yourself down to the mat. Untuck your toes, press down through the feet. Inhaling, draw the shoulders back for cobra. Exhale, release and lower. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. I'm hoping that you're creating a little bit of heat right now. And you know whenever you've built up enough heat where you're starting to lose your breath, I'd love for you to go to child's pose. To take those moments that you need to pause, to be silent, and to find some stillness and patience. It doesn't have to be some major workout every single time you hit your mat. I've learned that slowing down and just really coming into my breath is one of the greatest gifts yoga has given me, because I get to practice it off my mat. Lord knows I need to practice as much as I can. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And if you did go to child's pose, or if you're on your knees, come on back into downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet, create some more space and length through your spine, and really start to embrace this pose. It takes patience, and it takes silence. Holding poses, you have to really focus on your breath, because that's your barometer, not whether your muscles are going to keep you there. Take a nice full breath in, lifting up to your toes. Exhale, look forward, walk, step, or jump your feet right between your hands. Take a full breath in as you lift halfway, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to stand again, right hand to left wrist, stretching toward the side. Take a full breath in, coming back up to center and release the grip. Switch the hands, inhaling high, stretch the other way, exhaling the whole time. Inhaling, bring it back up. This time, either keep your arms up or bring them to your heart. Sit your hips back on your exhale. Let's come into chair. So chair requires what? Oh, I know. Patience and stillness. Silence to really think about what's happening here. You can be more upright. You can really bend those knees and take your hips back. But tuck your tailbone down and pull into the low belly. Draw your shoulders back. Let the crown of your head lift. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath in and one more breath out. Straighten your legs, forward fold right over them. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Toe heel your feet apart here. And then I want you to sit your hips down. So from here, start to bend the knees so they go out over the toes. Elbows rest inside the knees. Draw the shoulders back. You're looking to get as straight a spine as you can. Take a full breath in and a full, sweep the other hand up, taking a full breath in and a full breath out. Bring that hand back down, and as long as we're here, sit your hips back and let's come into boat. Oh, I know you're loving me right now, aren't you? So bend your knees, draw your shoulders back, place your hands under your thighs or keep them by the sides of your legs, wherever it works, but flex your feet and start to feel everything pull in. Pretend maybe there's a block between your knees so you're activating your inner thighs. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. You can stay right here and you don't have to change anything, or if you'd like to lower down with me, you're going to take a breath and go out. Inhaling back up. Exhaling down. Inhaling back up. 2 more. Lowering down. Inhale back up. Keep trying to find your sit bones to stay balanced. 1 more down. 1 more up. Cross your legs. Roll yourself right over. Come on back into downward facing dog. Pause in your down dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. It's beautiful when you can take that moment to just pause and breathe. Maybe you even notice your heart beating. You have to be quiet and silent to be able to figure that one out, as well as have some patience. Because sometimes the chatter in our head is so loud, it drowns everything else out. So take another full breath in, make that what you hear. Pause at the top, and then with a nice slow exhale, let it all go. I'm hoping you're still in down dog. So take a nice deep breath in, lift up to your toes, glide forward into plank on your exhale and pause. Lift those right toes up, hovering them up. Swing the leg out to the side. With breath and control, bring it back in line and place the right toes down on the mat. Take a full breath in and a slow breath out. Inhale the left toes up, hovering them just above the mat. With your breath, kick the foot out to the side. Toes are still pointed down. And with your breath, bring the leg back in line and then set the left toes back down. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, come up to your toes, staying high on them in your plank. And then one by one, you're going to lower your forearms down, coming into forearm plank. So stay strong, one arm at a time. Forearms are parallel to one another. Spread your fingers nice and wide. I don't know why I'm doing that. You're not watching me. You're in forearm plank. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Come on back up to your hands one at a time. You can either rinse that off with a vinyasa, lowering all the way down, or just shift your hips back up and come on back into downward facing dog. Again, get quiet, get patient, listen to what your body is telling you. And the only way you can do that is by paying attention to your breathing. So take a full breath in and a full breath out. With your next breath, inhale the right leg straight out behind you. Exhale, bring the foot forward, plant it by your thumb. Pause to find your balance by keeping your feet in 2 separate lanes. And then with your next breath, inhale high, rising up. Arms can frame the head. You can drop the elbows like goalpost arms, or you could bring your hands to your heart space. I just want you to breathe into your crescent legs. Stay high on the right on the left toes, and bend a little bit deeper into the right knee. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. With your next breath, no matter where your arms are, reach just a little bit higher. Exhale, bring the hands down to frame the foot. Keep the left hand down, sweep the right arm up, twisting open toward the right side. Don't drop into that left leg. Breathe into that left thigh. Press it to the back of the room. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then bring that right hand down and step the right foot back to meet the left so you're back in plank. Breathe into your low belly and your hips, staying strong. One more breath in, one more breath out. With your next breath, bend your elbows, lower all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes. Follow the inhale into cobra or up dog if you're feeling energized and you want to straighten your arms and float your thighs. And then exhaling, release all that and come right back into downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more time, full breath in and a full breath out. With your next breath, inhale the left leg straight out behind you. Bring the foot forward, place it right by your thumb. You can use your hands to get it up there because you want a nice big space between the right toes and the left heel. You can toe heel that left foot over so your feet are in two separate lanes. And with your next breath, rise up strong. Again, arms framing the head or dropping the elbows or bringing your hands to your heart, your choice. Where can you focus on being patient and being silent? Listening to your breath, letting the strength of your body hold you in this pose. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Inhaling, sweep the arms up nice and high, and then exhale, bring the hands down. Keep the right hand down, sweep the left arm up, and twist open, shining the heart toward the left side. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Bring that hand down. Take the foot back to meet the other so you're back in plank, and pause and breathe. Take a full breath in and a full breath out, and then choose to lower down and rinse that all off through a vinyasa flow, or again skipping it and going right back to down dog, or maybe you need to come back into child's pose for a breath. It's all good. You're breathing and you're being patient and silent, so you can allow the physical part of your body to do what it needs to do in order to bring some peace and quiet to the emotional and or mental side of you. We need this more than ever. I'm a firm believer that even though we're kind of secluded in our houses, it's a different kind of silence. So I'm hoping that you can figure out how to embrace that and get the healing benefits of it to keep you calm and to keep you centered. Take a full breath in, come on up to your toes. Exhale, look forward, walk, step, or jump your feet right between your hands. Take a full breath in for a halfway lift. Exhale, release that and forward fold. Big breath in, sweep up to stand. Take the right hand to the left wrist, stretching over to the side. Inhaling, come back up, release the hands, switch the grip, go the other way. Take a full breath in, come back up, release the hands, and on your exhale, sit your hips back for chair. Pause, breathe, be in your chair. The weight is in your heels. You're drawing your hips back. Take a peek down so you can see your toes. If you can't, draw those knees back just a little bit more. And if your arms are bothering you, extend it again. Bring them to your heart. The objective is to be able to breathe into this pose and to find the patience and the stillness you need to just be here. Be here right now in this pose. Breathing and being still. And if maybe you want a little bit more, you could try closing your eyes or coming up to your toes. It's all a balancing act after all, isn't it? Take a full breath in and a full breath out. If you are on your toes, ground your heels, get strong through your feet, and then with your next breath, forward fold right over your legs again. Once more, toe heel your feet apart. Let those hips come down. Elbows resting on the insides of your knees. Stay tall. Feel a lift come up from the floor. And then palms meet at your heart. Draw the shoulders back and take a full breath in. We'll stretch again by taking the right hand down and sweeping the left hand up. Take a full breath in. Stretch and lean back and a full breath out. Bring that hand down. Inhaling, sweep the right hand up. Stretching high. And then bring that hand down. From here again, we'll sit the hips back, bring the legs together. We'll come back into boat. Lift up the feet. And maybe if this is getting a little bit too much for you, you could always keep the toes down. Just keep drawing your heart forward and your shoulders back. If your feet are up, flex them. Energizing from the heels to the toes. Hands can stay behind the thighs or by the side, you know. Make it work. And then inhaling, lower down. Bring it back up. Take a full breath in, lowering down. Inhale it back up. Full breath in. Exhale it down. Inhale up. One more time. Lower down. Bring it back up. Cross your ankles. Roll right back into downward facing dog. You've got this. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Again, Find the stillness so you can incorporate some patience and embrace that silence. You're getting stronger with each and every breath. Your resilience is changing with each and every breath. You don't need anybody with you to be doing this. You could sit on a meditation cushion or go back to child's pose and just breathe with me. Taking a full inhale and a slow exhale. And another inhale and a slow exhale. With your next breath, inhale the right leg straight out behind you. Exhale, bring the foot forward, planted by your thumb. Set your feet in 2 separate lanes. Take a full breath in as you rise up strong into crescent here. And again, take care of your shoulders. Move the arms where it works. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Bring your hands to your heart space. Pressing the left hand into the right, staying strong and open through the chest and the back. And in your crescent, with that right knee stacked right over the right ankle and you're high on your left toes, take a full breath in, getting nice and long through the crown of the head, and then exhaling, hinge forward. You're just bending from the hips, leaning out over that leg. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. From here, you're going to push off the left toes and start to straighten that right leg, lifting the left heel high toward the ceiling. Toes stay pointed down. You're coming into warrior 3 with your hands at your heart. So being a balancing pose, that does require patience. Breathe, and if you fall out, come back into it. Nobody's watching you. That's the beauty of online yoga. I can't see you. Nobody else can see you. Take a nice deep breath in. Bring the left foot down to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Take a full breath in, rise to stand, hands go high, follow it right back down, forward fold on the exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk your feet back out to plank and pause in your plank. Let's go back to what we were doing before. So take a nice deep breath in as you hover those right toes. With breath, sweep the leg out over to the side. Next breath, bring the leg back in line and exhale the toes down to meet the left. Breathe into the low belly and the hips, staying strong in your plank. And then inhale, hover the left toes. Breathe them out to the side. Take another breath and bring them back in line. Place the toes back on the mat. Feet are back next to each other and you're in plank. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then bend your elbows and lower all the way down, or skip it all together and go right back to downward facing dog. And again, by now you should be building up some heat and some energy that if you want to take up dog instead of cobra, all you're doing is straightening your arms and floating your thighs, staying on the tops of your feet. Take a nice deep breath in and a slow, steady exhale out. When you're back in your down dog, see if you can come back into that full breath, creating some more patience, creating some more silence. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. You're working on making yourself mentally stronger. You're working on making yourself emotionally stronger. The physical strength comes just because you're working your muscles. The true work is by being patient and quiet in order to work on your breath. Take a full breath in, lift the left leg out behind you. With your exhale, bring the foot forward, planted by your thumb. We're going to come into crescent on the other side. Again, you take care of your shoulders by moving your arms where they need to be. Be sure that the left knee is stacked out right over the left ankle and that right heel is high above the right toes. Arms are either high up or they're at your heart. But eventually we will all pull them to the heart. Take a nice deep breath in. On your exhale, hinge out over that left thigh. Keep lifting through the legs, but let the crown of the head and the heart go forward. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then using your core, really feel a lift come up from the center line. Push off those right toes, straighten the left leg. The right heel goes high, like it's going toward the ceiling. Warrior 3 with hands at your heart. Take a full breath in and be patient. If you fall out, come back in. If you've had enough, Bring those right toes down to meet the left. You're in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands. Walk your feet back out to plank and pause. Take that breath in plank and decide what you want to do here, because we're going to do that lift again. So hover the right toes and pause. Keep the foot flexed and take the foot out to the side. Inhale, bring it back in line with the left and place the right toes down. Stay strong in your plank. Shoulders are stacked over your wrists. With your next breath, inhale the left foot up. Foot stays flexed as you breathe it out to the side. Inhale, bring it back in line with the right leg. Place the left toes down. Bend your elbows, lower all the way to the mat, coming into cobra or up dog. Rinse it off, and then shift your hips up, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And if you're just joining us, you can jump in whenever you want. You don't have to start from the beginning. You just have to know how to inhale and exhale. And I'm guessing you all know how to do that. So take a full breath in, slowly sigh it all out. I may not be able to hear you, but you can hear you. Take another breath in, coming up to your toes. Look forward, walk, step, or jump your feet right between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Draw the shoulders back. Let the heart come forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Sweep up, tall and strong. Exhale your hips back into chair. Take your hands where they need to go. Take a full breath in your chair and a full breath out. Decide if you're going to hold this pose for 3 or 4 breaths, or if you're going to come to your toes, or try closing your eyes. Your choice, your practice. What do you need? The stillness and the silence, or the patience? Take a full breath in and a full breath out. If you're on your toes, ground your heels. Take a full breath in, sweep all the way back up, and then forward fold right over your legs. Again, toe heel your feet apart. Let your hips come down so that you can come back into Malasana. The knees point out over the toes, and the elbows rest on the inside of the knees. And you might feel like this is just the worst pose in the world. I promise you it's not. It's creating more strength than you can imagine. Someday, if we ever get some sunshine, you'll go out and you can garden in this pose, or just go pull weeds. It works. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Keep lifting from the ground up. Take the right hand down, sweep the left hand high. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Bring that hand down, sweep the left hand up nice and high. And bring it back down. Let your hips come down, coming back into boat. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Now you can also straighten your legs here, which is pretty intense. I have a hard time doing that. I prefer to keep my knees bent, and I like to be able to draw my heart forward and my shoulders back. Sometimes it's important just to be able to sit in the right alignment. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. With your next breath, lower. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, bring it up. Keep drawing in through your core. Lower. Back up. One more time. Lower. Bring it up. Cross your ankles. Roll right back over into downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. So I don't know if you've been taking care of you throughout this practice, but if not, bring your big toes to touch. Take your knees wide. Come back into child's pose. Lower right down. Let your hips sink back over your heels. Pretend I'm there to give you a little bit of an assist. Let yourself ground. Come into the emotional strength and the mental strength that this pose could bring to you. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Coming back up onto your fingertips like you did at the beginning of class if you were with us then. Stay high on all 10 fingertips. With breath, walk your hands over to the right. Draw the left hip back, stretching out those side ribs and all those intercostal muscles. And then staying on the fingertips, walk your hands back into center with the breath and pause. Take another full breath in and a full breath out, and then walk your hands over to the left, stretching out the right side of your body. Again, taking a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, walk your hands back into center. pausing and breathing. With your next breath, start to lift your hips, tuck your toes, bring yourself back into downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. From your down dog, inhale the right leg straight up behind you. Exhale, bring the foot forward, plant it by your thumb. Take a full breath in as you rise up into crescent and immediately swivel the back foot down and open up into warrior two. Hopefully you know where you are in warrior two. So the right toes are pointed straight, and when you swivel that back foot down, that's at a 90-degree angle if you were putting the 2 feet together. Let your arms open up and then flip the front palms, stretch up, reach back. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to frame the foot. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Pause in your plank. Come down to your forearm plank with a breath. Lower down one at a time. Keep pulling everything into the center line, keeping your hips and your low belly lifted. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Instead of coming back up to your hands, from here, just lower flat to the mat and then draw your shoulders back for Sphinx. Your shoulders are stacked over your ankles and it's just like a little bitty back bend. Exhale, release, tuck your toes, push back through your knees or full plank and come on back into downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale the left leg straight out behind you. Exhale, bring the foot forward, plant it by your thumb. Take a full breath in as you rise up strong for crescent, and then immediately swivel the right foot down, opening up into warrior two on the other side. Take your time, breathing, grounding down into your feet. Let the left knee track toward the left pinky toe and push out on the outside edge of that right foot, staying strong in your stance. And then find some patience as you hold this pose so you can pay attention to your breath and maybe take a little bit of a deeper inhale and a little bit longer exhale. When you're ready, flip the hand, inhale, stretch it up, reach it back, and then on your exhale, let the arms go, cartwheel them right down to frame the foot. Step the left foot back to meet the right, pause in your plank. Take a full breath in plank and a full breath out. With your next breath, lower down again, one forearm to the other forearm. Those forearms are parallel with one another. Take a full breath in your forearm plank and a full breath out. And then release your entire body flat to the mat. Shoulders are over the elbows. Draw everything up for Sphinx pose. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes, push back through plank, and come on back up into downward facing dog. Again, what are we creating here with our breath? We're creating a little bit of emotional strength and mental strength, because patience and silence are very powerful energies. And we really need that these days, more so than ever before. So take a full breath in, feel yourself get a little bit stronger, a little bit more patient. Slow, steady exhale out. Inhale the right leg straight up behind you. Bend at the knee, stack your hips, opening up to the right. And then push that right heel out long behind you. And with your exhale, bring the foot forward, plant it by your right thumb. Take a full breath in again as you rise up strong for crescent. Swivel the back foot down, coming into your warrior two on the right. The right knee opens up toward the pinky toe. And then the outside of the edge of the left foot grounds down even more. Then nice and deep. You're really looking to get that right quad parallel to the earth. That takes strength, it takes practice, and it takes patience. Flip your right hand. Inhale, stretch up, reach it back. Straighten that right leg. And then we're going to shift the left hip back and reach forward with the right fingertips, hinging into triangle. I'm pretty sure you know where you're going. You want nice straight legs here, coming right in, drawing that left shoulder back. Keep your head in line with your spine. Take a full breath in, spreading all 5 fingers on your left hand, nice and wide. And then take that left hand forward, palm down. Sweep the right hand out. Keep drawing your torso back, staying strong through the core. Big breath in as you come back into warrior two. Palms go down, rebend into that knee. Find your footing, pause, and breathe. Flip the right hand, inhale, stretch up. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Frame the right foot, step it back so you're back in plank. Take a full breath in your plank, pausing there. So you choose now. Maybe you want to go back to the forearm plank. Maybe you'd like to hover your toe and move the foot over, and the other side too. Breathe into what your body needs. And the only way you're going to pay attention to that is by getting silent and by being patient. So trust the breath to take you where you need to go, and we will all meet back in down dog. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. I'm really missing my restorative yoga. I'm not 100% sure on how I want to do that on Facebook because it's such a hands-on, quiet and dark, nurturing practice. But we're going to see if we can incorporate a little bit closer to the end of this practice and see what happens. Take a full breath in your down dog and a full breath out. Inhale the left leg straight out behind you. Exhale, bring the foot forward, planted by your thumb. Strong breath in as you rise up for crescent, and then immediately swivel that right foot down and open up into warrior two on the left. Take your time. Patiently breathe into the left knee, staying open toward the left pinky toe, and the right side of the foot, the outside edge, grounding down. Bend a little bit deeper into that left knee, and then flip up that hand, stretch it up, reach it back, straighten the left leg, work your way into triangle. So you're shifting the right hip back, you're reaching forward with those left fingertips, and then you're hinging at the hips so you can come right into that tipped over pose. Beautiful. Draw that right shoulder back. Press the right thigh bone back. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Spread all 5 fingers on your right hand nice and wide, and then take the arm forward, palm down. Keep drawing the shoulder back, and if you want to lift the left hand out like you're holding onto a beach ball, big breath in, big breath out. Inhaling, using your core, come back up, rebend the left knee. Settle into your warrior two. Breathe and pause. And then flip that left hand, stretch it up, reach it back. Cartwheel the hands down to frame the foot. Step the left foot back to meet the right and stay in your plank. Again, your choice. Pause here, hovering each toe and moving the leg where it needs to go. Breathing in through your low belly or coming into forearm plank. Pausing and breathing there, and then you can rinse it all off or skip it and go straight back to down dog. Follow the breath. Take a full inhale and a full exhale. And just notice your 10 fingers as they ground into the mat. You're probably on the toes and the ball of your foot, but you can energetically feel the heel reach toward the earth. Keep a soft bend in your knees so you can tip your tail up nice and high. Patience and silence are powerful energies. It takes energy to hold our bodies in these crazy little poses. That energy comes from your breath. And it's a practice of patience and silence so you can actually hear what's happening in your body. And if your mind starts to chatter and take you elsewhere, that's okay. Just breathe a little deeper. Bring it all back home. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale up to your toes. Exhale, glide forward into plank. Pause in your plank. Lift the left or the right toes, hover the foot, take the leg out to the side. Keep pulling in through your core and take the leg back. With breath, lower the right toes down. Pause and breathe. Inhale, lift the left toes up, hover the leg. Move it out to the side using your core. And then with breath, take it back in line with the right leg and lower the left toes back to the mat. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath in, and now exhale your hips high, downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet again, create some more space, and then pause in the stillness and be patient. Take a full breath in, lift the right leg straight up behind you. Exhale, bring the foot forward, plant it by your thumb. Take a full breath in as you rise up strong for crescent again. Swivel the back foot down, opening up into warrior two. Stay focused over the middle finger of your right hand. Spread all 10 fingers nice and wide. Keep those energies flowing. Flip the right hand, stretch it up, reach it back. Exhale, cartwheel the hand down, resting the right elbow on the right knee. Take the left hand up nice and high. Spread all 5 fingers nice and wide. Keep drawing that left shoulder back. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then using your core, lift yourself back up into warrior two. That right knee is still stacked over the right ankle. Flip the right hand, sweep up. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, frame the foot, come to the left toes, pause, don't move, you're in a low lunge. Breathe into the hips, lifting up through the leg. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. From your low lunge, keep your left hand down, sweep the right hand open. Exhale, bring the right hand down. And then we're going to jump switch the feet. So either jump switch the left foot forward and the right foot back, or just walk it and exchange the feet. Now we're in the pose on the other side. Low lunge. Take a full breath in as you rise up strong for crescent. Pause, feet in 2 separate lanes, getting your balance, and then swivel the right foot down, opening up into warrior two. So you're readjusting your feet here, because crescent, your feet are in 2 separate lanes. Warrior two, you're going to work them into one line. Keep drawing that right shoulder back. Stay focused over the middle finger of your left hand. Left knee is stacked right over the ankle, and then flip the left hand, stretch it up, reach it back. On your exhale, come on into side angle, rest that elbow lightly on the knee, and the right hand goes nice and high. Pause and breathe. Be patient enough to let this pose open you up, ground you. You're creating strength mentally, emotionally, and physically. Pause and breathe. Using your core and your next breath, inhale back into warrior two. Lift up tall, shoulders stacked over the hips. Crown of the head is lifting like there's a string coming out of the top of your head. And then flip that left hand, stretch it up, reach back, exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the left foot and pause in your low lunge. Keep your right hand down, inhale the left hand up, sweeping open. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Bring that left hand down and pause. Stay right here, taking a full breath in and a full breath out. Bring the right foot forward to meet the left, so you're in a forward fold at the top of the mat. Take a full breath in for a halfway lift. Squeeze the shoulders back. Exhale, forward fold. This time as you toe heel your feet apart, let your hands grab opposite elbows. Let any tension in your neck go. And just sway back and forth in a ragdoll. This ragdoll pose is amazing because you get your head below your heart. It's actually doing things for your central nervous system. It's releasing tension in your low back, so keep a nice soft bend behind your knees. It's not a throwaway pose. Nothing we do is throwaway. There is purpose to everything we do. We have to be patient and we have to be silent. It's the only way to hear, feel, and absorb whatever it is we need to do. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Let your hands come back down to the earth. Toe heel your feet back underneath your hip points. Take a full breath in, lift yourself into a halfway lift. Again, shoulders draw back, arms are by your sides, palms face each other. Exhale, release, forward fold. Take a big breath in as you sweep back up to stand. Right hand to left wrist. Reach up on a breath and then exhale over to the side. Inhale, come on back up. Release the hands. Take the grip on the other side. Big breath in and then exhale the other way. Take a full breath in. Come on back up. Forward fold right over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Keep your hands down. Toe heel your feet apart. Let your hips come back down. This is the last time. Knees bend out over the ankles. Stay strong through the low side of your body. Hands at heart center. Left pressing into right. Draw the shoulders back. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Release the right hand down, sweep the left hand up. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Before you bring that hand down, turn the hand around and bring it behind your back. Draw the shoulder open even more. And then with breath, bring the arm back up and back down. Take a full breath in, sweep the right hand up nice and high. That left elbow is connected to the inside of the knee. And then turn the right hand around, place it on the low back, and really draw that shoulder back. Big breath in as you take the hand up and down. Let your hips come down, and this time let your legs go out in front of you nice and long. How are we doing? Doing good? Oh, I hear puppies in the background. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Pedal out your legs a little bit, giving your knees some softness, but flex your feet and sit nice and tall. Stack everything from the hips through the shoulders to the crown of the head. Lift the arms. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And just here from this seated position, take the left arm forward and the right arm back. Stay tall, pull in through the low belly. Follow the breath as you bring the arms back up to frame the head. Open up the other way. Left arm back, right arm forward. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Sweep the arms back up. And then this time, exhale, forward fold right over your legs. Oh, maybe you get a little snap, crackle, pop like I did. Here I thought I was warm. Take a full breath in your forward fold and a full breath out. Yes, you gotta love Malasana. I do. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Release your forward fold. Walk your hands back up your legs. Come on back up to sit nice and tall. And then bend your knees, grounding your feet. Only hip distance apart. You can stay right here, or you could actually take the legs long again. I call this Frankenstein. Put your arms out in front of you, palms face each other. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Start to tuck your tail and lower yourself down to the mat. Go super slow. Where's the patience? Where's this quiet? So you can hear your body shaking like a chihuahua. Nice and slow. Slow, slow, slower than you want. And when you finally get down flat on your back, take your arms up overhead. Let your legs be long. Point your toes. Make some circles at your wrist joints and your ankle joints and take a full body stretch. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Bring your arms down by your sides. Bend your knees, again, grounding your feet to the mat. We're going to take just a couple of bridges here to open up the front side of the body. So bend your knees. Arms by your sides. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you push down through your feet, you lift your hips up. You can walk your arm bones in underneath you, interlacing your fingers beneath your low back. Keep drawing your knees together like you're squeezing a block between them. Taking a full breath in and a full breath out. So if you're actually in bridge, you're not looking at me, so I can just pretend I'm looking at you. As you're in your bridge and you're drawing your knees together, and if your arm bones are underneath you, really feel like your hip points are being lifted up toward the ceiling. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. And then lift your arms up overhead, come to your toes, and nice and slow, lower down one vertebrae at a time. Take your time. Be patient. Practice the stillness, the slow movement. And when your hips get back down to the mat, release your heels, bring your arms back down by your side, take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more bridge. Ground down through your feet, push and lift the hips. Again, walking the arm bones underneath you, interlacing your hands beneath your low back. Breathe. Let your heart lift. Let the hip bones continue to lift. And if you're squeezing your glutes, soften that. Let your quads do the work. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then one more time, lift up to your toes. Take your arms up overhead and nice and slow, lower down one vertebrae at a time. This time when you get down to the mat, you reconnect your hips and your feet ground. Pull one knee into the chest at a time. Wrap your arms around your shins. Soften your face. Give yourself some love. Rock a little bit right to left. Everybody needs an extra hug right now. So practice right now. Give yourself a big, beautiful, kind, compassionate hug. For taking the time to do this, because it's not easy. There's nobody holding you accountable except you. So you have to work on this. I know last week I struggled, but I'm ready this week. I'm up and meditating, and I'm really making an effort to take care of me. So as you're done rolling right to left, giving yourself a hug, I'd really like for you to stretch your legs out long on the mat. Right heel to right corner, left heel to left corner. Let your feet splay open. Feel your hips stay connected and your back. Take your arms out away from your side bodies with the palms up. You don't have to be like a Da Vinci man or whatever. Just take them out maybe 45 degrees away from your side bodies. And then I want you to tip your chin down so you can feel that bony piece on the back of your head really connect to the mat. So chin lowers just a touch. You take a full breath in and a full breath out. Let your eyes slowly close. And you take another breath in and another breath out. So Shavasana is intended to be quiet, still, maybe a little darkness because your eyes are closed, and hopefully you're warm from the practice. Allow yourself to let go into this Shavasana, the place where you can be in deep rest. And sometimes that's really hard because people don't like it when it's quiet or dark or too still. So this is a great place to practice some patience and to practice some stillness. I'll be with you for the next 5 minutes. I'm not going anywhere. Take one more breath in. Exhale into your Shavasana. I promise to let you know when it's time to come out. Start to deepen your breath. Bring a little movement into your fingers and your toes. Patience and silence are powerful energies. Patience makes you mentally stronger, and silence makes you emotionally stronger. The only other caveat I would add is, if ever you're not feeling strong in any way, shape, or form, don't be shy. Reach out. Text somebody. Pick up the phone. Facebook message them. Just because we're all secluded right now doesn't mean we can't be there for one another. Please draw your knees into your chest and roll to your right side. Using your hands, come to a seat. Sitting nice and tall, stacking your shoulders over your hips, feeling the space come in between each vertebrae. And then with your next breath, inhale, lift your arms up strong and tall. And exhale, bring them to your heart space, resting your thumbs right on your heart. The light and truth in me sees that in each of you. Thanks for coming and joining me this afternoon on Facebook in place of Megan. She'll be back next Monday, 4:45 on her page. Together we say, Namaste.